I'm Tony Beshara, and I'm going to help you do better at finding a job.
He is listed by Fordyce Magazine as the #1 headhunting career placement guy in the country. The #1 guy. His name's Tony Beshara.
And hello.
Tony?
How
Tony
are
Beshara?
you? Tony Beshara. Nice to
meet
see you. How
Good to
are
see
you? Have a seat.
Thank you.
Do you have a copy of your resume?
All right, here you go.
Okay, thank you. All right.
Yes.
Well, this is interesting.
I know I've got a couple different jobs on my resume, but there is a good reason. I can explain it.
Well, why don't you go ahead and explain it?
Well, you know, the way the economy's been lately,
Uh-huh.
I'm always looking for the best position to help me grow my career,
Uh-huh.
taking care of my family. I've got 2 kids in college, and they won't get off the payroll. So I'm constantly, you know, sending them money. One's in New York, and one's at SMU.
Uh-huh.
So I have to look at the best opportunity for my family.
Okay.
So sometimes when a recruiter, I guess they call them headhunters,
Uh-huh.
they call me, they pitch me, it always sounds so great. And I have to follow through with it because I almost get every job I interview for.
Why do you think you get almost every job you interview for?
I don't know. I think it's my vivacious personality. I think that I'm a more tenured sales rep. You know, I've been around 15, 20 years in sales.
Yeah.
So I've been involved in almost every scenario in a sales environment. So I just like to interview like I'm trying to sell you something, which is me.
You were back when faxes were new, right?
I remember the first fax machine. I worked for the Murchisons here in Dallas.
Yeah,
Thanks
we
for
don't-
putting me in that
Yeah,
category.
I mean, we don't have to go back that far. All right, let's whoa, wait a minute here. Slow down. Okay, you're presently at an organization, and what are you doing for them? What do they do?
So it's a company called Akivia.
Uh-huh.
They're based in Boston, Mass.
Okay.
I'm running the Dallas territory.
All right.
My responsibilities is to grow new business for
All
the
right.
company. They've had a lot
Okay.
of turnover in this
Right.
position down here. They
Right.
can't keep reps.
Yeah.
And I think I know why now. I've been on board 9 months.
Okay.
I'm not real.
Why can't they keep reps?
I just don't think they have a good management structure. We have top executives that like to spend a lot of time emailing tips on how to sell. You know, things that you should be doing in the sales pipeline cycle rather than getting in front of top, you know, candidates or top prospects and helping the sales rep sell.
Okay.
I took the CEO on a call to Southwest Airlines about 3 months ago, and the prospect asked a question about how do you handle sun gear, and the CEO of the company, who's been there 24 years, said, "I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to get back to you on that. Ann, can you follow up?" It was embarrassing, Tony.
Yeah.
So my goal is to look for large data centers like Southwest Airlines, ExxonMobil, Future Energy Holdings, a lot of gear sitting in a data center humming. I go in there and talk to the folks about if it breaks, who comes in and fixes it.
Right.
My FEs, my field engineers go in and fix it. I don't actually do the equipment repair.
Yeah, right,
My
obviously.
job is to account manage and sell.
Have you been successful doing it?
I just closed a large deal in Houston, Texas. I don't know if you've heard of Lyondell Chemical.
Sure.
Just did a $400,000 deal with them yesterday. It inked the last day of the quarter.
Last day of the quarter, right?
So I've got a nice commission check coming in
you get
about
to keep
30
your
days.
job for a while. Longer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was a top rep for the quarter.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So why
Thanks.
do you want to leave again?
Well, I just don't feel strong about the management, and we just recently got acquired by a company based in India
Ooh.
called Zenzar.
Okay.
That's with a Z.
Yeah.
And I went to the regional sales meeting about 3 months ago, and I was the tallest person in the room. I just didn't feel comfortable, Tony. I'm just going to be blunt with you.
Person in the
Well, I
room.
was. You know, I'm a big Texas gal.
Yeah.
You know, I got Polish roots, and I walk into that room with all the, you know, the Zenzar folks,
Yeah.
and they were like this. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, that might be a little bit of a
Not
rough
sure
one.
that
That's gonna
that I'm
last
gonna fit in with the
You're
team.
gonna fit in, yeah. It's cultural fit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. I'm just being honest with you. I think if you're going to help me find something that's going to, you know, be good for me and my family for the future, I need to be honest.
Okay.
Is that too much honesty?
And well, it's a little more than probably what we need to do, but we can craft it.
Okay, thank you.
We can take
I
care
would
of that.
never put that out on a real interview. I just think you're my recruiter, so
yeah,
you
no,
should
I
know
understand.
the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
Yeah, absolutely. Not too much truth. Just enough to make. Okay. Well, at least to say, Ann, you're a piece of work.
Well, thanks, Tony.
So, but you sell, and you've been successful at every place you've ever been. So, I mean, you know, you can't knock success.
Thanks.
You can get away with spinning things that most people couldn't say.
But it's all true too.
Well, it is true. It's obviously true.
There's no breaks of, you know, like where I didn't have a job for mental illness or some sort of therapy. You know, it's.
That's true. That's true. Oh, yeah, that's true. Are you this way in an interview with the employers that you go to talk to?
I always emulate the person I'm interviewing with, just like in a sales cycle.
Wait a minute. Let me figure that one out. You always emulate.
I
who
try
you
to.
interview. Oh.
You're a little more subdued than I am, obviously.
Yeah,
but,
right. Well, I'm trying to figure this out.
But
All
I
right.
can read your personality. I know that you've got a strong sensibility.
Yeah, a little crazy.
And you need to know
sometimes.
who I really am.
Right. Yeah. Well. Okay. All right.
Can you help me?
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Well, we can.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks, Tony.
Here's the deal. You're leaving for really good reasons. Unfortunately, when these companies do sell their companies to Indian organizations,
Yes.
they don't have a ton of respect for women.
I know that. They asked me to get coffee and donuts on the last meeting.
They really did.
Yes, they did. I had to go to Dunkin' Donuts. Seriously.
You're not making that.
No, I'm not. I can show you my expense report where I had to write it off.
Well, with people like you, the issue is you just got to get in front of enough people. You got to be a little careful about selling why you need to change and why you left these companies. I'd put a little bit more lipstick on it.
Right. And again, I if you can just get me in front of people, Tony, and I can sell myself.
Okay.
I mean, I won't
All right.
walk out of the office until I get a job offer.
Well, okay. I don't think I'd pound on them quite that hard. Okay, but I would, I'd be at least that persistent.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, good.
All right.
So what's the next steps?
So next step, give me a call on Tuesday and let me see what we can do for you.
Morning or afternoon?
Afternoon.
I will do so.
Okay, about 3
Thank you,
o'clock.
Tony.
What can I say? Ann's a piece of work. I'll be blunt. I'm the recruiter that found her the job with the company she's working for. I had no idea they were going to get bought by an Indian firm. It's going to be very difficult for her because of cultural issues. That's just really the blunt truth. She is very good. She's always been successful. She has a very iconoclastic way of looking at things, but she is very successful at selling. There are very few people like her. She is very good at what she does. She does have to be a little concerned. I don't think I tell people that that the company was sold. I don't know that I'd bring up that cultural issue in a real interviewing situation because, that make people uncomfortable. She's excellent. She's got a great background. She's absolutely hilarious, as you could tell. But she knows how to manage it very well. She knows how to draw the line correctly. So she should do real well. We'll just matter of getting her enough interviews, and she's got to stay at the next job for at least 3 or 4 years, and she'll be better off.